I honestly don't remember my life without cancer. He was diagnosed when we were really young, and we spent birthdays, holidays, we spent a lot of our time at the hospital. We made the best of it, but it's hard because kids are supposed to just be able to have this life and just to be able to explore, but it's hard to explore when you're hooked up to an IV pole and getting chemotherapy. Golden September is my childhood cancer awareness project that unites all children battling cancer and unites all hospitals, organizations, and people like me who want to help make a difference. When my parents told me that my brother Jack was not going to make it, I asked them what the color and month for childhood cancer was, and they said that it was gold and that the month was September. We want to be able to get gold in September as popular as pink in October one day. Because of my brother's illness, we had to travel all over the country. We went to Texas, Michigan, New York. When you travel all those places, it kind of brings the reality of how much damage this disease does, because you see people from all over the world, all over the country, coming to all these different places looking for hope. More than a classroom of kids is diagnosed with cancer every day. Only 80% of those kids will survive 5 years with cancer. You can't win the fight against this awful disease with just the people who are trying to fight it. That's like trying to win a war with only the wounded. And so we need all of the people, all of the soldiers that are healthy and able to help fight. A lot of kids don't realize that they have potential to help make a difference in the world.
In the middle here, we'll take a pic.
Aaron Rodgers?
Yes, you know it, buddy.
We've got a lot of schools to do things, penny wars, bake sales, lemonade stands, fun runs. My field hockey team got shirts made that have the Golden September logo on them, and they wear them to tournaments around the country. By wearing the gold shirt, it can make a difference for the fight against cancer, because when you're fighting cancer or have a family member fighting cancer, just knowing that other people know about it and are willing to support it is huge, because it shows that you're not in this alone. I want to be remembered as the girl who made a difference. I want to be remembered as someone who made an impact in childhood cancer. He was always optimistic, always looking on the bright side. And even when Jack was going through all this harsh treatment, he somehow found a way to put a smile on other people's faces. The fact that he could be so happy and so alive even with all of this damage, it just made me realize that we have to do something for those kids who aren't that optimistic or who can't look on the bright side. Jack wanted to help make a difference too, and he had no idea what an impact he would have on all of us.
A childhood friend of ours, unfortunately, was diagnosed with ovarian cancer. Because we come from a small town, to get a wig, it was a nightmare for her. The night before she passed, we were at her house, and she pulled me over and she says to me, she goes, Carlo, she goes, I want you to promise me something. To help people not experience the devastating experience I had while I went through chemotherapy with my hair. 9 months went by, and I woke up one day and I said, this is it, I need to do this. So we changed our philosophy of our business into a total approach to hair loss.
For hair that's just gone through chemotherapy,
right,
because I use these products.
Right, so the root of it is getting stronger.
Yes,
so the scalp is getting
They said that I had ALL leukemia, and was told that I would lose my hair within 2 weeks. Carlo and CJ came in with such positive energy and made me laugh throughout the whole thing. And I will never forget that somebody was so generous and so had such passion for what they're doing and come out and help people that are, you know, not doing well.
It's over 10,000 people that we've helped over the years. It's humbled me. Being able to put that hair on and seeing that smile in the mirror feels like time just stands still, you know what I mean? I'm a big believer in hope. 7.5 years ago, a little girl came to me, and knowing that she was gonna die within days, her mother approached me and says, you know what, I'm not sure if I'm asking for the right thing right now. She goes, but my daughter's wish is to have hair before she passes. And I'll never forget it. I was in this room, she was sitting in this chair, and I put the wig on, and her body spasms were very weak, so she really didn't have enough strength to really lift her head up, you know. So her mom kind of guided her, put the wig on, and her mom just guided her up. And for that second in the mirror, the smile. And while she smiled, the father took a snap picture of her, and then her head went back down. And the next day she passed away, unfortunately. But talking about hope, that glamour of hope of that snapshot, huge, huge. So it's not how much time, it's the quality of time.
His very first fire, he called me, all excited and really hyper, and was, Mom, I was on the 3rd floor. They let me go up on the roof. I was pulling things down. It was horrible. I was like, Michael, these are not things you want to be telling your mother. March 26, 2014. My son Michael was one of the first responders to the fire on Beacon Street. They were trapped in the basement. The other firefighters did the best that they could. It was just a horrible day for the entire city. People know firefighters are going to help them, no matter what. If you trip and fall on the street, they're there to pick you up and take you to the hospital. If you're in a car accident, they're going to cut you out of the car. If there's a fire, they're going to get you out of the building. I want to know that the firefighter holding the hose doesn't have some form of cancer growing in his body. I started the Last Call Foundation to advance the safety needs of the fire service. The cancer rate for firefighters in the city of Boston is 2.5 to 3 times that of the average citizen. One of the very simple exposures that we can help to mitigate is cleaning their bunker gear. That's one of our very first initiatives, is to get an industrial-sized washing machine in every firehouse in the city. Michael was outgoing and funny. He had a very soft heart, and particularly with the cancer issues, he was extremely aware. If he knows that I'm picking this up and trying to do something to continue that in his name, I think he would be very proud of that.
I was walking to the corner grocery store to get something, and one of my neighbors said, "My sister wants to meet you." And when she opened the door, I can't even describe it. There was just something about her that was something that, when you've been looking for it all your life, and when you find it, you know. I worked at night as a DJ, and I got the idea to, make a little heart on her doorstep, one day. There was bougainvillea and Indian sage in my garden in bloom, so I picked a whole bunch of it, went running back to her house and made a heart so that when she went to work on Monday, there would be a heart on her doorstep. Apparently, she really liked it, and so I kind of got the idea that I was going to do it every Monday. Why don't I do it every week? So I started, every Sunday night when I get off work, I would, during the week, I would think of things that I would, what am I going to use for her heart this week, and I would always make her something different. 7 months into us starting to see each other, she reached to her side and said, I have a terrible pain, and it's an unusual pain. Pretty quickly, she was diagnosed with advanced stage ovarian cancer. And she fought and fought and fought, and sadly, the cancer had progressed too fast and too far, and she passed away 4 months after she put her hand on her side that first time. She told me right before she passed how much she really had loved getting her hearts. She said, you probably don't even know this, but I used to set my alarm at 3 o'clock in the morning, and I would sit in the living room and watch you make them. And I never knew that. It just touched me so much, and I just said, you know what? I'm not going to stop making them. I'm going to continue to make them the rest of my life for you every Monday. And I didn't know at the time that it was probably going to save my life by doing that. I just knew that I wanted to make them for her. And I held on to those hearts for dear life every Sunday. After she passed, I started photographing them. One day I sent a photograph on my cell phone to a friend, and she called me and she said, "Whoa, what is that image?" She was actually in tears. And she said, I don't know how to explain this, except I can feel love reverberating off my telephone screen. So I started sending those hearts to Madeline's friends and my friends, just a weekly reminder to just stop for a minute and remember how important the people are that you love. It's grown from, 56 people, I think, was the first time I sent them, and I now send them to 3,200 people all over the world. I am not the kind of person that dots my I's with hearts. I'm not a heart person. I'm not cutesy at all. I'm like the farthest. But I really do believe in love. I just love love. I've always loved love. I've made 486 hearts so far. I'm just about to hit 500. Love doesn't like to stay just inside. Try sitting next to the person you love and not telling them how much you love them. You can't. It's something that's totally universal. It's the language that we all speak. I think it's the best thing we do on this earth.